out there and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson, plus our reporter, Allie LaForce. And how about we check the numbers for Karl Anthony Towns?
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. They had their 2 big men out there, Towns and Gobert, working inside. Conley at the guard with Edwards next to him. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. And for Chicago, Williams and Vucevic patrol the inside. Kobe White out there with Alex Caruso. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. Well, Grant, this is the type of game that may look lopsided, but as we've seen, anything can happen.
Anything can definitely happen, B.A. And look, you have to understand that every guy in this league is talented. If you come in flat and those other guys are inspired, you can fall. But honestly, you shouldn't. It's all about handling your business.
Conley looking for an opening. And here's Edwards outside. DeRozan with the rebound. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to White. Vucevic, a screen on Conley. Edwards against DeRozan. Just 4 to shoot. And it's good. 2 points.
Boy, how about the body control from DeMar DeRozan? Just an outstanding score despite the hit.
Towns with the ball. Towns double team. Edwards for 3. Fires in the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And Doris, Anthony Edwards has lived up to the expectations. He continues to get better each year.
He does, B.A. And let's remember, as a former #1 pick, that carries a lot of weight and responsibility. But Ant is a guy who embraces that pressure. He wants the spotlight, and he puts in the work to be great. His future is bright.
And Minnesota has possession, following the bucket by the Bulls. Here's Edwards. And that one hits the back iron. Edwards gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Pass to Caruso. Vucevic, a screen on Towns. Outside White. To the inside. They double team Vucevic. And here's Caruso outside. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist.
That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
For Minnesota, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Conley. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Kobe White picks one up. And you look at the impact of Mike Conley. He makes a difference without making many mistakes, Doris.
B.A. just an extremely disciplined point guard. He'd rather make the smart play than the highlight reel. This guy sets such a great example on and off the floor.
First one falls for him. When you discuss the Minnesota Timberwolves, what would you say about their front office, Grant?
Well, B.A., they want to be as competitive as possible. Whether it's who they are drafting, trading for, or signing in free agency, this team's goal is to be taken seriously out west.
And Conley drops them both. You know, the Bulls got a really bad break the last 2 seasons with Lonzo Ball's health.
Well, B.A., I mean, he's a tremendous floor general. So talented. And to lose somebody like that for any team, it's a hard situation to overcome.
Now here's DeRozan. Caruso outside. And again, it's Chicago.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Minnesota has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. It's Edwards on the wing. The 11-footer. And it's cleared by Vucevic. The Bulls have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. White against Conley. Pass to DeRozan.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. And Towns has got the ball here for Minnesota. 4-point game. Edwards with it. Guarded now by Williams. Kicks it out Towns. Outside Edwards. Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Gobert. Chicago grabs the miss. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
Now here's Edwards. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And yep, it's good.
Is the mid-range for Mr. Towns part of the game? You bet.
58 seconds left in the first quarter. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Well, Grant, some think of Gobert as just a defensive specialist, but he's proven to be more than that.
Yeah, B.A., I like how he uses his height to his advantage inside. Focuses on taking high-percentage shots that come to him naturally.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And Milton subbed in for Conley. Dosunmu, the pass to Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden.
Reed, a screen on Carter. Milton, no good. The Bulls have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Carter, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Carter. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. Oh, and Towns with the block.
Tremendous work defensively from Towns. His teammates love to see him send that thing back.
Milton. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Bulls leading by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
The aggressiveness on defense has been infectious. Everyone's come to the party. I love it.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Chicago leading. Well, Doris, the Timberwolves have made consecutive playoff appearances. That's a win for this team.
Well, when you consider that hadn't been done in this organization going all the way back to 2004, it does show they are moving in the right direction. The next step, obviously, they have to win a series.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. They've got Kyle Anderson. Edwards out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Naz Reid. And it's Alexander Walker in at the small forward position. Now here's Reid. He's scoreless. Outside Edwards. Clock at 6. Oh, rejected by Drummond.
Andre Drummond in the middle of the action at both ends of the floor. Big-time defensive block. Boy, that's a beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Milton against Carter. Outside Milton. The kick out to Edwards. Buries it down low. Edwards got 5 points.
Anthony Edwards, excellent concentration, under pressure of excellent defense, and just scores it anyway.
Drummond with the screen. Carter, the pass to Drummond. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First personal
So,
foul.
Grant, if you were a GM and you could choose one young player to build around, who would it be?
Wow, that's a great question. I mean, B.A., I think you have to go with Victor Wembanyama. I know he's a young fella. He just got drafted. But the upside is so huge for this young man. His talent, his skill, his size. He is the next iteration of Kevin Durant, in my opinion. And I would go with him. He's got a lot of runway in front of him, a lot of years to get better, get stronger, and to win championships.
That free throw, no good.
Boy, one thing you can say about Andre Drummond, he is so steady. Statistically, it's the same story every year.
Caruso, he's checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Carter. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for Milton. And the second free throw is good. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Pass to Gobert. From 9 feet. And Reed with a basket on the assist from Gobert.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
White against Conley. Now DeRozan. Drummond with the screen. Pulls up, high post. Yes, on the jumper. DeRozan's gotten his third basket of the night.
Well, the pick and roll is one of many useful tools in the handbag of DeMar DeRozan. How about their ability to be effective in that situation?
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. The kick out to Conley. Pass to Edwards. The three. Caruso grabs the board.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Outside White. Back to Dosunmu. Here's Caruso. DeRozan with the ball. He's coming off a 25-point game against Toronto.
I love that he sacrificed his body over and over. His persistence of getting to the free throw line really paid off for them.
Reed sets a screen to the middle. It's stolen by Drummond. Here's the break.
2 minutes.
And the jam by Drummond.
It's just too easy for Andre Drummond. Gets the inside position and leaves no doubt.
And Minnesota calls time here.
Timberwolves timeout ball. Here come the T-shirts. Let's have
Vucevic, he's checked in for Chicago. Williams comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for DeMar DeRozan.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Here's Conley. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns is a threat from everywhere on the court. He said, quote, if I need to shoot, I can shoot. If I need to post up, be a bruiser, I can be a bruiser. I'm not a specialist in anything. What I can do is be a very versatile player and try to do every single thing really well. Brian?
Yeah, that's the good stuff there. Allie, thank you. Here's Dosunmu. Following the score by Minnesota. Pass to Williams. From behind the arc. McDaniels with the rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Outside Conley. Here's Gobert. Can't hit that one. Williams passes to Dosunmu. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. While we have a moment, the 2K leaderboard for field goal percentage among power forwards and centers. This over the previous month of play. The fourth spot held by Rudy Gobert.
There's a lot of physicality from this group, but also great touch from the field. Most of these guys possess a nice blend of strength and finesse.
And all with an outstanding work ethic as well. Constant effort and motion. Always doing whatever they can to get the best possible position and the ultra-high percentage shot.
A fantastic three-point shooter. You gotta guard Towns from the corners especially.
Pass to Vucevic. Timberwolves.
Timberwolves ball.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 4, they come into this one having outplayed the Thunder in their last game.
Dialing it in from range on the road is never easy to do, but they pulled it off and played a great game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Melton, no good. DeRozan deciding where to go with it. Misses the 3.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Bulls. They're up by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Welcome, everyone, to halftime. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in a good matchup here at the break.
Hey, yo, their offense has been clicking. They're making the right reads, and they're making the most of their opportunities.
I like their aggressiveness, not just taking what the defense gives them, they're taking what they want.
All right, fellas, let's take a quick look at 2 key players from that first half.
These 2 stepped up to the plate. They're carrying their teams offensively, though they are getting some help, but there's an individual battle going on as well.
An entertaining duel that will probably only heat up in the second half. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, you have to like what we're seeing from DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. DeRozan and Miller in at the forward slots. Kobe White out there with Alex Caruso, and it's Vucevic in at the 5. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Those advanced numbers for Karl Anthony Towns are incredible doors.
And BA, obviously those advanced numbers are something all organizations look at. Cat's got one of the top offensive ratings in NBA history. And listen, his three-point stroke opens up the floor. He can also put it on the deck. He's very efficient. There's a lot to like about Cat.
Now here's DeRozan. Give him 8 from the top of the key. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Pass to Conley. Back to Towns. Outside Edwards for the lead. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Edwards got 8.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Picked by Vucevic. White, the pass to Vucevic. And here's White, defended by Gobert. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Here's Edwards. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
White against Conley. White, the pass to DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. The Bulls with another miss.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Gobert finds Edwards. Back to Gobert. Now here's Conley from outside the arc. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Timeout called. The Bulls.
It's time for the goodness crew.
Anderson's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings?
Let's hear it.
You look at the Bulls. Right now, they're in 9th place. Definitely not the kind of success they envisioned at this point of the season.
Checking out Chicago, they're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
Now here's White. No made baskets yet. Caruso, a screen on Conley. Here's White. And too long on the shot.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And the Bulls making a change here. Desumu's checked in. The Bulls have gotten off to a rough start. Now 0 for 5 in the second. White, the pass to Desumu. They set a pick. Outside, Williams. Outside White.
2 minutes remaining in the
Pass to Vucevic.
2 minutes.
And they get it. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
You've got to be careful how you guard Nikola Vucevic. This guy is so good at forcing the defense to hit him on the way to the cup.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
We know this about Nikola Vucevic. He's a high percentage finisher. To me, the next steps, right? Improve your defense, be more consistent with range. And if he does that, he's golden.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Bulls back in 2021 shifting the roster towards a more veteran win-now look. They've pushed their chips into the middle. Now they're trying to find their way into contention. All-star forward DeMar DeRozan said, quote, "We've got to go out there and compete. If we want this thing, we have to go after it." Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. Now here's Vucevic. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And let's see what the Minnesota Timberwolves have coming up.
Second team.
On Wednesday, they'll take on Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Friday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And for that game against Chicago, anything can happen in the NBA, but they'll be a heavy favorite, and it would take a total meltdown for them to lose.
And that one falls for Vucevic. Taylor, he's checked in for Williams. Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for Edwards. That one misses.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Towns.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Pass to Caruso. And that one drops. Caruso's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Towns with the ball. Now Reed. Reed sets a screen. Here's Alexander Walker. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. And that one drops for him. Conley's got 7 points in the game.
I'll tell you, they come out of the locker room, they are a step slow on the defensive end.
Here's Dosunmu. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Pass to Taylor. Vucevic, a screen on Reed. Taylor passes to Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Nikola Vucevic skilled at rolling hard to the rim after setting the screen. That is a smart play.
Towns for three. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. Hit a couple from downtown this quarter. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. And it's Edwards with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th quarter. Edwards out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Reed in at the 5. Carter against Milton. Carter, the pass to DeRozan. Drummond to screen on Anderson. And he's going for the oop here. And the jam by Drummond.
How about the anticipation from Andre Drummond, understanding the alley-oop is there and converting with style.
Milton passes to Reed. Tipped away. Outside, Anderson fires from deep, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Naz Reid. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Kyle Anderson for 3.
The Bulls shooting efficiently, 50% so far. 4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Dosunmu, and the layup is good.
If the defender is giving them that much space, the points are inevitable.
Milton passes to Alexander-Walker. Pass to Reed, to the paint. Stolen by Carter. And now the Bulls in transition. And Drummond with the jam.
And that was a case of great anticipation skills on defense, sparking the transition game.
And that's exactly how you get yourself into transition. The gamble pays off.
Here's Edwards. It's hauled in by the Bulls. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just 1 game. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Naz Reid.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
And he makes the first. Chicago making some changes. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Drummond. Williams comes in for Terry. And it's Caruso in for Dosunmu. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander-Walker. And Conley subbed in for Milton. And so Carter nails them both.
And they've been playing with much greater physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line is a bust.
Outside Edwards. Back to Conley. Pass to Edwards. Here's Gobert. Goes back up. Oh, Gobert, too much to handle inside.
You simply must account for Rudy Gobert and keep him off the offensive glass. He's done it his whole career.
DeRozan against McDaniels. 19-footer. And it's DeRozan missing.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
The jump hook.
2 minutes.
Misses off the left iron.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Caruso, pass to Carter. Williams on the wing. Jacks up a three. Buries it from three.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Minnesota in the lead. Edwards looking for an opening. Gobert with a screen on Caruso. Edwards for three. Outside Conley. Outside McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Williams grabs the board. The Bulls have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. And it's DeRozan missing.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Towns outside. Back to Conley. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Timberwolves.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And they notch another win, number 34 of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Vucevic, a screen on Conley. Pass to DeRozan. Over Edwards. And DeRozan gets it to go. On the assist by Caruso.
Wow, the unbelievable footwork and touch for DeMar DeRozan. It is on display nightly.
White against Conley. It's Minnesota with the W. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
I mean, we played like we wanted it more. You know, we came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensive. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We can see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.